She. I'm back today with another video. So I'm trying my best to stop cursing, okay? But if I curse in this video, just know that I'm human and that I'm trying. I didn't say that I stopped cursing. Anyway, this video is going to be about something that happened to me recently at work. Basically, I heard my boss talking shit about me. And it was crazy because I can always peep that certain women don't like me, right? And I'm going to say this, like, I'm a very humble person. I feel like I'm beautiful. I think I'm cute and all that stuff. Um, and people always, like, tell me that I look good or whatnot, and I appreciate the compliments. But it's like sometimes I guess I don't feel like I'm one of those women who are just so beautiful or so cute that people would hate on her, if that makes sense. And maybe that's like part of me being humble, or maybe it's just me being naive. But to me, I guess I don't think that I look so good that other women would hate on me. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand, like, being envious or jealous of another woman for no reason. And so, but I've been noticing it more and more lately because there are days where I look like a homeless person and there are days where I look like a superstar, okay? Like, there is no in between. And I know on that superstar days, that's the day that some women choose to, like, pick fights. They're extra bitchy. They let the door slam on you. I mean, you say hello to them at the register, they barely say hello or give you eye contact or give you attitude when you ask questions. You know what I'm saying? So I started picking up on that certain women just hate on me. And so I never would have thought that a 60-year-old woman, white woman, would be a hater, right? Like, that she would hate on me. And so I'm a property manager, guys, and I'm also a real estate assistant. So basically, they need to hire two effing people. Like, they need to have a real estate assistant for the lady that I work with, and then they need to have a property manager. Not try to roll those two positions into one because it's a lot. There are some days I, like, have to drive to go look at a house, and it'll be kind of far. The walk through, make sure nobody's broken in, everything looks good, and then I have to go sit in court to evict people who don't pay their rent on time. Then I have to go out and do home inspections. I have properties that after the person is evicted and they leave them all messed up, I have to schedule paint, carpet, maintenance people to come in and fix things. Okay, so it's a lot that I'm doing. And I enjoy working in property management. I've been doing it for the last 7 years. It's like second nature. And like, I understand that in order to keep people in their home for an extended time, to get somebody to renew the lease, you have to make sure the property is like up to a certain standard, okay? Like, think about it for those of you who are renting apartments or who have ever rented an apartment. You might be okay living in the hood, right? Like, hear me out. So me, I don't want to live in the hood, right? But there's times in my life where I had to live in areas that I did not want to live in. But what I would do is pick like the best house in the hood. That's what my company does. Basically, they buy houses, they flip them, and then they also have a rental portfolio. And the rental portfolio is basically like full of like the D-list houses, the houses that are very undesirable and that are going to cost them too much money to like flip and put it back on the market. They buy them at auction sight unseen most of the time. They do research to try to figure out, whatever. But for the most part, they've never seen these houses. So I'm stuck with like 60 houses that are crap. Okay. The only people who really pay their rent on time are the Section 8 people, and then, which I love Section 8. And then, I don't know, you got some older people that pay their rent on time, but everybody else is like paying when they feel like it. Oh, I don't got it. I'm going to pay it next week. Never keep their payment arrangements. So what I started doing was kicking people out. Like, if they weren't paying their rent, unfortunately, I took them through the process. But this is after sending a late letter, calling to try to get them to pay something, putting them on payment plans. Like, I've exhausted all my resources and it's clear that you're just not going to pay. So those are the people that got put out. So guys, the thing with my boss is I think she just wants a yes man, okay? The guy who had this position before me is actually in jail right now because he stole money from the company. He started his own company, was acting like all this work was being done through his company. He was getting checks from our company for work that had never been completed, okay? And so it's just like a crazy situation. Like, luckily, things aren't as bad as they sound, okay? Like, things aren't as bad as they could have been with somebody doing all of that. So I think she just got used to having this yes ma'am who said, yes, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, but really was like robbing her blind, okay? So anyway, long story short, how I heard her talking about me. One day I was sitting in the office and her and the office, like, HR person, it's a small company, go in her office to have a conversation. And so I creep out into the hallway because I'm trying to hear what they talking about. And so she basically says, like, she starts talking about how the company's not making money and blah blah blah. Said he made 100,000 last year. So far he's only made 3 for this year. Like, blah 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 blah, right? So I go get some water and then I go sit down at my desk and I'm like, no, I need to hear the rest of this. So I tiptoe back over there to the door. I'm listening. And she goes, yeah, and Shion's always walking around here with her fucking hair and her nails and her dresses. Like, do you think she's gonna go scrub a mother effing jacuzzi if it needs to be done for what we pay her? Now, you guys, I only make $35,000 on this job. I literally got this job just to pay my bills, so that way all my business money I could stack, okay? That way I wasn't taking my revenue and paying bills with it, okay? Because you cannot save when you're doing that. You just can't. So you got to have these multiple streams of income. So that's the only reason why I took this job. And plus the fact that I'm not stuck at my desk all day. If y'all follow me on Instagram at Mizfashionablylate, you watch my story, I'm always somewhere, okay? Always somewhere. And I love that about this job. I love the fact that I'm not stuck on a property having to deal with residents coming in, fussing at you and complaining about work orders and throwing tantrums. Like, I don't have to do none of that. I literally, like, take a person to a house and, like, get them the rent, and then they do everything online, and it's just easy. Like, it's just easy, okay? Like, it really hurt my feelings to hear her say that stuff about me, though, because all I've done since I've got there is, like, try to help make her life easier. Like, I've seen that this company doesn't have, like, a whole lot of, like, communication. Like, the office manager who does the bills doesn't talk to the property manager. So, at any given time, like, we're sending contractors out, like, for AC, for plumbing, for whatever, right? And then those bills come in and I never see how much money was spent for those bills, okay? Now, keep in mind, like, there is a report that the property manager is supposed to do monthly, but I was never shown the report, and then, or how to do the report. And I also asked about a budget, like, how much can I spend? And it's kind of like, I don't know, you just can't spend a lot, but go do X, Y, and Z. Like, for example, she was like, we went into this vacant house and the cabinets look awful. It looked like somebody just slapped paint on them. And she's like, we need to get those cabinets painted. Okay, but I have 2 choices. I can have maintenance. The maintenance guy is crazy. Like, every time I tell him to do anything, he always says, that's not in my job description. And I'm like, what the fuck is in your job description? Because you don't do nothing. And then 2, I can use the paint company to paint the cabinets. Now, the problem with using a paint company is, like, she's giving me a shoestring budget to have units painted. So you got to think, like, the last painter was only getting $600 to paint a 3-bedroom apartment. That probably sounds like a lot of money, but they're used to making way more than that, especially, like, a good painter. A good painter is making more than that. So I'm like, I have a shoestring budget. I thank God that now the new painter is actually, like, Kenzie's grandpa. And so he's like doing an amazing job or whatever. And he's right in budget where I'm supposed to be. Like I can't spend any more than $650, maybe $700 without getting screamed at. Okay. So it's just like stuff like that, guys. Like, so all I've been trying to do is like make things happen. I see that this place is not organized. Nobody communicates, etc. And I'm told to do stuff, and then when I do it, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Or I spent too much. Even though when I asked about a budget, there is no budget. But now I spend the money, and there is a budget. Like, so it's so frustrating. You don't even understand. It's so frustrating. And so to hear her talk shit about me, it made me upset because I feel like all I've tried to do is just help her from the jump. Like starting the job, I feel like all I did was come in and try to help make things better, you know? And it's just hard to do your job when you don't know how much money you can spend. Like imagine somebody's AC breaking down and the maintenance guy doesn't work on ACs. So I have to go find a contractor to fix the AC. But keep in mind, I don't know how much money I can spend. And then we have in-house people, and sometimes you can use our in-house people and sometimes you can't. It's a lot. It's like a lot. So I'm just really trying to hang in there so I can reach my financial goals, okay? But this is the exact reason why I left my last job. Like the office politics, the personalities, it's just a lot. But anyway, the last thing I'll say about her saying what she said about me, the reason why it bothered me is because it's like the things she said were personal things about me. Like my hair, my makeup, my dresses. That's who I am as a person. You know, this is how I showed up at the interview. This is how I dress. Like, this is who I am. So for you to say things about my nails and my hair and my dresses, like, to me, that's like you're hating because it's like, you can't say anything about my work ethic. You can't say that I don't, even with my hair, my nails, my dresses, I'm changing locks. I'm changing knobs on cabinets. I'm throwing trash out. I'm doing what needs to be done in my hair, with my hair, my nails, and my dresses, okay? So it just pissed me off. Like, you obviously feel some type of way about me. Like, what else could it be? You can't say anything about my work. So the one thing you want to say is she doesn't feel like I'm going to scrub a jacuzzi tub. You're right. I'm not going to scrub a jacuzzi tub at a rental because we have maids that do that. So if the tub was not clean enough for the guest, I would be calling the maid and say, listen, the guest called and said that the jacuzzi tub is not clean enough. You need to get back to the house and take care of it. Or please go to the house and take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on, like, her response. But it's just like, why? Like, why are you cleaning the jacuzzi? I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, if I had to absolutely clean that jacuzzi tub for the guests, I would not. Like, if somebody was renting the beach house, they called on the weekend, I couldn't get the maid back out for some reason, I would absolutely clean the jacuzzi to make the guests comfortable, okay? But am I just going to go clean the tub because the maid didn't do a good job? No. And they do this all the time. Like, even with the landscapers like left the bushes hanging over the balcony at one of the properties. So it's like if you're walking through the breezeway or whatever to your main door, it's an open stairway. Would I go get some shears and trim the bushes? No, I'm going to tell the landscapers, hey, next time you're out here, there's some branches growing over the stairway. Can you please cut them? Like, it's just some things, it don't make sense to sit here and like work yourself to death. Now you're tired, you're all exhausted and complaining about work all the time because you're up here doing somebody else's job for them. Like, hold people accountable. If the landscapers didn't cut limbs back, have them go back and cut it. If the trash guy didn't pick up all the trash on the ground, call him to get back out and do it. Like, that's how you do it. You know what I mean? So for her to say that about me, like, it just made me upset, and it just made our work environment very, very, very uncomfortable because now I feel like, dang, like, she used to try to go to lunch and stuff. I don't even want to go to lunch with you anymore because now I know that you talk shit about me. Like, I heard you say just that little bit, so I can only imagine what you say, like, when nobody's listening, or the thoughts that go through your head every time we interact with each other. So, needless to say, you guys know where this is headed. But anyway, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below in the comment section. Have you guys ever heard your boss talk shit about you? And the nice part is that I did end up confronting her about it, but it was like in a work kind of way. I was just like, yeah, there's been a little tension between us lately because I heard the things that she said about me, and it deeply hurt me because I really thought that, we had a good relationship. So it's obvious that you have some personal feelings about me and like who I am, and that's troublesome for me. And she like cried white lady tears. Okay. And excuse me, white people, I'm not saying like anything about white people, but I'm talking about like those ladies in those viral videos, like they know they're wrong for the way they treat people, and then they start crying. That's what I mean by white lady tears, okay? Like, you knew you was dead wrong. You should not be talking shit about me. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!